It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Minneapolis, where we'll see the Timberwolves going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, for the Pelicans, these guys are playing good basketball with 7 wins in their last 10 games, and they like their chances tonight. And for Karl Anthony Towns, just last season, GMs voted him the player they'd most like to build a team around. Shaq, I can't think of higher praise than that.
That's because Big Cats is a perfect example of the modern-day center. Can do it all, Ernie, on both ends of the floor.
I really like his game, too.
I agree. He's a terrific scorer on 3 levels, and that's pretty impressive. He can do it on the box, the mid-range, and the 3-ball, Ernie.
Yes,
he has a lot of years left in him. He can make a big impact. I probably would want to start a team with him as well.
Kevin Harlan will have the call. Game's about to start. We'll see y'all later.
The Timberwolves look to take charge here at the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. This is the last stop for the Pelicans before returning to New Orleans. They have started the season with gusto. 4 consecutive wins, no losses, as they battle here in Game 5 of the regular season.
And I think for New Orleans, they've had some success in the early part of this season. It looks like we can expect more of the same form they showed last season.
No question. They know how to win, and they're proving that again here early on. They may not be built to be a dominant team, but they're not that far off.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, guys, Karl Anthony Towns has a different disposition than his predecessor and mentor, Kevin Garnett. The KG said of Cat, don't take the smile for weakness. He plays with another type of engine. What they do share, Kevin, is a true love for the game. Back to you.
Outstanding, D.A. Thank you. Doris, we've already had a few surprises this season. Some teams really exceeding expectations. Others, they've kind of gone the other way. What's your take?
It's always a little bit early to tell exactly what kind of team you're going to have, because we've seen this historically. A team races out to maybe a 7-1 start or a 10-1 start, and yet perhaps they come back to the field. The teams that are the youngest seem to have the steepest learning curve. So where are the lottery picks and what impact are those guys having?
Tip-off goes to Minnesota. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Holiday and Moore, the guards. Randall out there with Davis, and it's Mirotic in at the 3, the small forward. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by Holiday. Randall surveying the D. To the middle. Holiday gets the bucket. And Teague's got the ball here for the Timberwolves. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Yeah, but they didn't roll over in that game. Had a good chance still to pull out the victory. Just couldn't come through in crunch time.
Here's the thing. They played hard. Strategy was solid. They had a couple of lulls, and it really cost them.
Here's Davis. The shot off that time. Great D that time from Gibson. Butler finds Teague. Trying to get open is Butler. A nice shot by Teague.
Well, don't you love how Teague is able to maintain control? He absorbs the hit, finishes through the contact. I tell you, this guy is not shy.
Now here is Holiday. Coming off a stellar performance against Toronto. It's rebounded by Towns. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Pass to Teague. Back to Butler. Elbow shot. Jump shot is good.
Well, Butler needs a lot of defensive attention when he's in the mid-range. You've got to have a body on him.
Outside Holiday. Kicks to Randall. From deep three-point range. And the Pelicans get it back. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Simply have to go up stronger than that. Could be a simple layup if he shows a little more determination.
The Pelicans have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at the Timberwolves. Here in the early part of the season, they've acquired the 3rd best record in the conference. And, of course, there's the Pelicans, a half game back.
And I think for New Orleans, they've done a good job staying relevant this season. I mean, I was concerned they'd suffer a drop-off, but give them credit. They've hung in here in this playoff race.
Resiliency has been crucial for this team. Anytime it looks like they may start to drag a little bit, they've picked it back up and stayed in the hunt.
Now here's Moore. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. 4 on the clock. Free throw line jump shot.
You really appreciate the relentlessness of Jimmy Butler. This guy is one of the elite wing defenders in the league.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Now here's Gibson. Teague with a clean look. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, you don't get much more wide open inside the arc. He simply got to make that shot.
Here's Holiday. Rejected by Teague.
Wow, how about the superb extension on the block from Jeff Teague? He just reads his man perfectly, Kevin.
Outside Gibson. Teague, the pass to Gibson. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Another miss by Minnesota. And so Holiday will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. This their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
And you'd think this was a favorable matchup for them, but last year anyway, that was not the case at all.
And Gibson sends it back.
Boy, Gibson's so good at timing these rejections. Twice on the pipes from Taj.
More up top. Knocks it loose. Here's Davis. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Davis has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. And we've all heard the rumors that have been floating around the last few seasons. A lot of speculation if Davis could get traded or Greg leave in free agency.
I mean, Davis moving would be one of the rare situations where it literally could shake up the entire league. You hear a lot of different teams express their interest in him. But credit to Davis. He really has remained committed to New Orleans and has said everything you'd want to hear from a fan's perspective.
Wiggins with it, now guarded by Mirotic. Wiggins against Mirotic. Here's Gibson. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
No one near him on that one, and I'm not sure why he felt like he needed to fade away.
Holiday gets the bucket.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Wiggins outside. The dish to Towns. Back to Wiggins. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Got a piece of it, and so it's New Orleans with it. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Now here's Davis. Randall kicks to Holiday. 6 on the shot clock. Goes up to the stripe, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
Oh, fruitful possession, just doing what they can to extend the lead.
Well, this is a perfect example of how you want to run your offense. Disciplined but determined. Nice possession, Greg.
Minnesota calls timeout. Well, Greg, Anthony Davis with so much talent, it's easy to take Drew Holiday for granted.
I mean, I think Holiday is the catalyst in terms of this team's ability to create and really put pressure on an offense. It has improved his scoring and become a very efficient option at that guard spot. Has always been selective with his shots, but now is pressing a bit more to get involved, and more aggression from him, I think, has helped his production.
To the paint. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
And with the pause here, how about the stats for Moore? He's averaging 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Butler's got 5 now.
Well, just another thing to like about Jimmy Butler, the development of the catch-and-shoot game.
And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. Moore outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Teague with the ball, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Outside Butler. He kicks it to Wiggins. The shot from the low post is good.
Well, a case where he dominates in close, but Wiggins so versatile on offense.
Outside Holiday. The pass to Davis. Lays it up off the glass. 8 points for him.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Teague finds Towns. Now here's Wiggins. Right side Towns. Randall with some nice D.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
Mirotic's shot is off.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Passes it to Gibson. Back to Teague. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Wiggins outside. Shot clock at 6. The teardrop falls in.
The aggressive finish inside. Andrew Wiggins beats some very good defense.
Holiday looking over the floor. From the wing. That one doesn't go. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Pass to Wiggins. Back to Teague. There's the triple. Hits it from three-point range. And now just a 2-point Pelican lead.
This is Jeff Teague's go-to shot. I mean, he's a deadly three-point shooter who never hesitates.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. And you look at Jeff Teague, now with a decade in the league out of Wake Forest. Greg, what does he bring to the table aside from the fact that he's been in the playoffs every single year of his career?
Yeah, I mean, he's an explosive slasher and really has grown as a playmaker. Not a star, but a quality starting point guard.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Corky Dangs checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Tolliver comes in for Taj Gibson. Luol Deng is checked in for Andrew Wiggins. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Jeff Teague.
Oh, great ball movement there.
New Orleans gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Rose against Payton. Pass to Davis. From 10 feet out, makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
From the opening tip, he's been active and working for good looks. He's been pretty accurate.
Deng passes to Tolliver. And Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
Now here's Butler. He has 7. Puts it up from 12. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Butler's got 9.
Well, he just keeps rolling right now. What a terrific quarter for him on the offensive end.
And Luol Deng gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Tyus Jones, he's checked in for Minnesota. And so here is New Orleans. Hill kicks to Okafor. Dishes it to Davis. Just 3 to shoot. Good on the 13-footer. He's got 12.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And the pass to Rose. Trying to get open is Jang. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Well, this is one of Rose's few offensive limitations, right? That consistency from deep range, but he drills that one.
Payton kicks to Hill. Passes it to Davis. The 15-footer. Good. The assist goes to Hill. 14 points for Anthony Davis.
Well, he's one of those guys who's kept their offense clicking. They're in front thanks in no small part to what this guy's done.
Jones finds Jang. Now Rose, covered by Okafor. Rose goes in and finished off by Rose.
Yeah, he's still showing flashes of that incredible athleticism. Rose is a force attacking the lane.
Payton looking it over to the middle. Davis down low. He's covered by Rose. And Davis gets it to go.
With a player this hot, I don't see their lead going anywhere.
Jones kicks to Zhang. Rose against Payton. Zhang dishes to Rose, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zhang.
Well, he's obviously anticipating different movement there, and instead of an easy connection, the pass sails straight into the front row.
New Orleans making a switch here. Miller's checked in. Payton passes to Okafor. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Kicks to Miller. Payton outside. Rebound by Jang.
Boy, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for New Orleans. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. With the arrival in Minnesota of Jimmy Butler, Karl Anthony Towns says their expectations have grown.
When I sat down with Jimmy in the first, it was just about winning, understanding how bad he wants to win, how much confidence he had in us as a team and as an organization to get him there. And that made us that much more confident in each other and the abilities that we had.
Well, Butler helped vault them to the playoffs in year one with the Timberwolves. Greg, we'll see how far they can go.
I mean, he's proven to be a true superstar. I think the development of their youth will determine their ceiling.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you guys think?
I mean, so far that they're not settling for outside shots, really attacking the paint.
I think that's what you've got to do, right? If the looks on the interior are there, you have got to attack.
So the Pelican 5 right now. We've got Okafor. Payton is out there with Ian Clark. Then it's Miller, and it's Hill in at the 4 slot. So it's the Pelicans now, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Minnesota's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Jones finds Rose. Back to Jones. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. 5 to shoot. Here's the teardrop. And there's the nice layup by Rose. Rose has got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Timberwolves.
I think the one constant with Tom Thibodeau is you can always hear his voice the entire game. Doesn't matter if you're up 20 or down 20, you will hear Tom Thibodeau on the sideline.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Payton against Jones. The feed now to Jang. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. And hearing Coach Tom Thibodeau, some have described his voice as part growl, part bark.
He's very intense, Kevin, and I think the one thing you know about Tom Thibodeau, he likes to say, there is a price to pay. It's all about the work you put in.
And so it's New Orleans with it, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. And stolen by Jang. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Dang's got the ball. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. Pelicans trail by 3. Here's Clark. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Payton outside. Just 5 on the clock. It's hauled in by Tolliver. Timberwolves leading by 3. Rose gets a wide open look, and it's good off the back rim and in. Rose has got 4 points this quarter. The Pelicans have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Okafor kicks to Payton. To the middle. It's stolen by Dang. And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Let's take a moment to see the squads that have been the most dominant on the glass this season. In third, the Pelicans.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
The free throw drops for Rose.
And unfortunately, injuries will always be the concern with Derrick Rose. Still loves the game of basketball, knows he is limited compared to what he once was. Amazing with all he's fought through, he can still perform at such a high level.
And Rose drops them both. And with Rose, as you said, his love of the game is still there, and he still wants to play.
I mean, many players would have just walked away from having their body betray him. But Rose said last season he loves what he gets to do and still would be a water boy if he had to. You have to admire Rose's attitude and approach in that regard.
And again, New Orleans has no luck. Timberwolves leading by 7. Down low, Jang, and finished off by Jang.
No, Kevin, no one's ever questioned his court vision. Rose playing unselfish basketball, being the leader this team needs him to be.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Well, we've seen a few true marksmen enter the league lately, Doris, which may someday be in the conversation of best shooter in the league. Any names come to mind?
Wow, this is a great one to try to, forecast into the future. Certainly you think of a guy out in Phoenix by the name of Devin Booker, an explosive scorer, can do it in a lot of different ways, but when he starts to cook from beyond the arc, boy, it is really something special to watch. Lauri Markkanen in Chicago, as that team continues to try to rebuild and reload, he becomes even more dangerous if they can put some talent around him. Those are just 2 names. Jason Tatum proved that he was probably a better shooter from deep than people thought. Well, think about the Minnesota native Tyus Jones. His poise at the point guard spot is what stands out to me, guys. Here's a terrific IQ and an unbelievable sense for how to run a team. Tyus Jones, we're just getting the best of him now.
And he makes the first. And Tyus Jones, Doris, won a national championship at Duke. He was the outstanding player in the Final Four, but only the 24th pick in 2015. What caused him to slip?
Well, I think one of the questions you had was athletically, could he match up at the point guard position in today's NBA? But I think what you absolutely love about Tyus Jones, just as you stated, he won a national championship. This guy has been a winner. And I think his skill level, the intangibles, his ability to run a team, there's a lot to like about this young man's game.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 6, and with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Mirotic. The New Orleans Pelicans come into this one after the win against the Raptors. Jones, the pass to Towns. He dishes it to Rose. In the corner, it's Wiggins. 6 to shoot. And the call will be against Julius Randle. That's his first foul. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Teague's checked in. Towns with it. He's coming off a 22-point game against Brooklyn. 6 to shoot. Shoots from 12. Another shot. Good D by Miller. Pelicans trail by 8. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That is his first foul of the game. Butler, he's checked in for Jones. Holiday against Teague. Holiday finds Randle. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. On the wing, Miller. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Just 5 to shoot.
I'll tell you, Taj Gibson does such a sensational job sticking his man on the defensive end. He has made a living there.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Jeff Teague replacing Ricky Rubio at the point guard position for the Timberwolves. Doris, did you like that change?
You know what I did, Kevin? They're drastically different players. Rubio probably the better defensive player, definitely the more prolific passer, but the shooting was always an issue. Where with Teague, you get a guy who can knock down three-point shots, and he's one of the best point guards in the league at dribble driving into the paint and getting some action off that.
That free throw, no good.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And he sinks the second.
And Kevin, this is why Teague is such a valuable player. You know, he's a solid shooter from anywhere, so he's able to space the defense. He can, with his handle, get inside the paint. There's a lot to like about Jeff Teague.
Now, here is Miller. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Yeah, and an example of why you want to let the game come to you. The opening presented itself, he converted in a big way.
The Pelicans shooting their first free throw of the evening.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
On the free throw, no good.
And last season, a bit of a breakout for Mirotic. Saw a huge jump in his production and shot a career best from the floor. Across the board, he was a completely changed player despite what was a turbulent season.
The Timberwolves again can't hit. With the shot, count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from Holiday.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now here's Teague. He's coming off a 10-point game against Brooklyn.
His passing definitely came into play as well, Kev. He was very unselfish, really kept the ball moving.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
Well, right now, Andrew Wiggins understanding in the catch and shoot, they can't guard him.
Moore outside. Outside Mirotic. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And with Mirotic, Greg, as you alluded, his year last year had a lot of ups and downs.
You know, he missed a good stretch of the season with that broken jaw from the fight he had with a teammate, and then the trade demands to get out of Chicago shortly after coming back. And despite all this, his defense and rebounding were dramatically improved and really a key contributor on offense.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively, and when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
I think intensity is the key, right, Greg? When you play with energy on the offensive end, good things usually happen.
Davis is checked in for New Orleans. Now here is Davis. He had 22 points in the win against the Raptors in Toronto.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
Now here's Teague, following the miss by Julius Randle. Wasted no time on that one. And it's a 12-point Timberwolves lead.
This is exactly what you hope for from your point guard, Jeff Teague, unselfishly pulling all the right strings.
Floats it up for Randle.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Outside Teague. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Teague. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Pelicans.
And they are going where the going is good for them right now. The painted area, high percentage and high volume shots.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for New Orleans. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Moore right side. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Hangs in the air. A beautiful reverse layup. Davis has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Pelicans. Teague feeling it out a bit. That's a 2 from Butler. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Moore outside. He kicks to Mirotic. Lets the 3 fly. That shot, no good. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Here's Butler. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
Well, listen, we know that Butler possesses this ability. Break down off the dribble, defender just left hanging.
Randle outside. Out to the right wing. And Moore kicks to Davis. Outside Holiday. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. Timberwolves leading by 10. Teague for 3. Randle grabs the board. New Orleans has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And it's Moore penetrating. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, way too much standing around in this quarter. They should look to get it inside for more high percentage chances.
And E'Twaun Moore has always been a solid shooter in the NBA, Greg, and he's continued to grow in that department.
I mean, just look at the career numbers from deep in terms of efficiency. In the last few years, he started to take on more and more volume in terms of the three-point shot. Hasn't changed his percentages, though, at all. And I would give him the green light as much as he wants from beyond.
Here's Teague. He's got 8. There's the dish to Wiggins. Pass to Butler. Five on the clock. Minnesota needs to get off.
Unbelievable. Andrew Wiggins should get a 10 for degree of difficulty. That was beautiful.
And a terrific bit of chaos there on the replay, presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Randall. 17 points for him last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Moore against Butler. Pass to Teague. From outside, off the mark.
Well, I'll tell you, still looking for that first 3 of the second quarter. He had one to open this game in the first.
On the wing, Wiggins, covered by Mirotic.
Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
That one is off. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but, you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
No luck that time either.
Well, getting to the line at will nowadays. Wiggins wanting to improve his free throw percentage.
Here's Clark. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And stolen by Butler, and it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Friday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the New York Knicks. And then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets.
Well, they didn't have much trouble lately, but it's always nice to be back home. You get to see your family and your day isn't consumed by travel. I could see them taking advantage of this home stretch.
Luol Deng is checked in for the Timberwolves. Dishes at Burrows. 11 feet away. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
I think you could see early on that he was really with a rhythm and flow tonight, and now he's really starting to take off.
And stolen by Jang. Feeds to Dang, and the pass to Rose. Butler. Okafor grabs the miss. Pelicans trail by 11. To the paint. It's stolen by Dang. It's stolen by Davis. Takes the 13-footer. Offensive rebound. And it's Clark in the corner. Knocks down the 3-ball. Clark's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Rose in the post. Davis is there. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I tell you, one of these guys who just specializes in drawing contact from the defender. Derrick Rose always attacking.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
That free throw, no good. Boy, what a roller coaster career it has been for Derrick Rose. One-time league MVP, now just trying to fit in with the rest of his guys. This is not an easy transition.
Minnesota making a switch here. Jones is checked in, and the Pelicans making a change here as well. Holiday's checked in. Good on the second free throw.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Now here's Payton. He had 10 points in the win against Toronto. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Davis, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
2 shots,
and a foul called on Minnesota.
2.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them.
Boy, how outstanding at the line has this guy been. One of the best free throw shooting big men you will ever find.
And so it's Minnesota heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jeff Teague. Jeff, they grabbed the lead on you guys. How were you able to grab it back?
Came back in and just started playing harder. We know these are some crucial games for us right now at home, and we just got to go out there and try to get wins.
Well, we'll see who grabs it last. Jeff, thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Derrick Rose taking care of business in this one. He had 14 points and 2 assists. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep playing smart in the second half and close this thing out. Don't get cute now.
Kenny, let's get your opinion on New Orleans.
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
Put me on, son.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Well, he made them pay down there. Uses his size and body well to score close to the bucket.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. And last summer, Minnesota's front office saying, Doris, they would like the Wolves to lean more on their bench.
It would be nice for Coach Tom Thibodeau to have the luxury of guys coming off the bench that he can trust. You've got to fortify the bench and then trust them to perform.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for Minnesota, Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt. And it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. Drills the baseline jumper. Wiggins has got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Timberwolves. Holiday, the pass to Mirotic. Kicks to Randall. Clock at 6. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Holiday with the 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Now here's Butler. 13 points in the game. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, that's the level of tenacity that Jimmy Butler brings to the game. Finishes through contact as well as anyone, maybe short of LeBron James.
In Andrew Wiggins and Jimmy Butler, 2 pretty different stories for these Timberwolves teammates.
About as opposite as you could get in terms of your entry into the NBA. Andrew Wiggins, the former #1 overall pick. Jimmy Butler, the 30th pick. Wiggins is the son of professional athletes, a blue-chip prospect. Butler's background, a guy who's had to scrap and claw his way every step of the way. So interesting to see how these two grow together and work together to help this team win.
And straight isolation basketball, Doris, something we used to see a lot more of. But for a guy like James Harden or Steph Curry, that's still a very viable option.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, if you've got the likes of LeBron James or Kevin Durant or Chris Paul, guys who are able to create their own offense, to me, you want to take advantage of that skill set. It's about what your personnel strengths are. So can you surround a great creator with the shooters necessary? Because if you do, all of a sudden as a defense, there's a price to pay if you're going to help off, right? Because somewhere, some way, the best offensive talent is going to showcase its skill.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Randall right side. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one is on Towns.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
The Pelicans shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And the first one drops. And he makes the first but misses the second.
Well, Taj Gibson is playing a career high in minutes with the Timberwolves. This guy is in his early 30s. He's kept himself in unbelievable physical shape every single year. He's now healthy. And I'll say this, Taj Gibson is one of those guys you want in the trenches with you. You know what you're going to get on a night-by-night basis.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. And Doris, you were talking about the responsibility for Taj Gibson with the Wolves. Coach Thibodeau bringing in the seasoned veterans to complement the young talent.
Well, Kevin, Taj Gibson is exactly the kind of influence and teammate you want, both on the floor and in the locker room. Here's a hard-working, defensive-minded player. He's made the playoffs in just about every season he has been in the league. And he has proven on the offensive end that you can play through him in the post. So much to love about Taj Gibson.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
Pelicans shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
One shot, mind the lanes.
And that one misses.
Well, you think about Andrew Wiggins, guys, signing that max deal in 2017. Timberwolves ownership, though, wanted to sit down with Wiggins to hear him commit to being a better player. Pretty unusual stuff.
And good that time. Towns has got his second bucket.
Well, this guy's been a prolific scorer on the interior from his first day in the league. Karl Anthony Towns getting the job done in the painted area.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 10. Moore outside. Fires for three. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got 11 rebounds in the game. And on the heels of that contract extension, all of Andrew Wiggins' shooting percentages fell last season. Doris, you think a cause for concern for the Timberwolves?
Well, I think obviously, Kevin, anytime you've committed almost $30 million a season to one guy, the expectations are going to be sky high. For me, Andrew Wiggins needs to just stay consistent. We are talking about a guy with elite athleticism, plenty to take advantage on the offensive end. It's a question for me of, does Andrew Wiggins want to be great? Because the potential is there.
Now Teague, following the three-point attempt by Nikola Mirotic. Butler against Moore, pulls it from the elbow. That one, no good. And New Orleans will go the other way with it, and Holiday kicks to Moore. And there's Randle on the assist from Moore. And that's now 7 points for Julius Randle.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Back to Towns. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Randle. Teague against Holiday. Back to Randle. And the shot goes in. Randle's got 9.
What a fantastic game he's had on the offensive end. If only his teammates could keep up.
Teague kicks to Gibson. Moore with the steal. Randle finds Holiday. The lead now cut to single digits. Holiday's got 4 points this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Teague the pass to Towns. The kick outside to Butler. Over Moore. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Pelicans trail by 9. Down low. Randle down low. Defended by Towns. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Karl Anthony Towns. 4th in free throw percentage, 7th in rebounding, and he's in the top 10 in field goal percentage, really able to power his way to the bucket and finish through contact.
And he's been deadly from the free throw line. Only a handful of players are shooting a better percentage. Phenomenal asset to have on your team. That free throw good from Randle. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Gorgie Dang comes in for Taj Gibson. And Jones subbed in for Teague. New Orleans also making some changes. Okafor's checked in for Davis. Darius Miller comes in for Mirotic. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Ejuan Moore. And he makes both free throws. Minnesota leading by 7. Now Jones, outside, Towns. Passes it to Butler. Stolen by Holiday. To the paint. Wants to get it to Randle and does. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Five attempts for him at the line tonight. He's made 3. First free throw is good. And he can't hit the second.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Wiggins, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Gorgie Jang, the 21st pick in 2013 out of Louisville. He's more than lived up to that selection.
Well, let's remember, this is a national champion we're talking about. The Louisville Cardinals won it with him anchoring them defensively. He's also shown a nice shooting touch in the mid-range game in the professional leagues. But I think it's his defense that still remains the strength of his game.
And the first one at the line is good. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Minnesota. Rose comes in for Jimmy Butler. And both free throws good for Wiggins. Pelicans trail by 8. Now here's Payton. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Rose surveying the D. Six on the shot clock. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Yeah, that was $1 million crossover to free him up, but that finish, I'd give him 50 cents. Yeah, that one put him over the limit, and it's so early that if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
The Pelicans have gone 7 of 11 from the line. 2 shots. That free throw good for Miller. Luol Deng is checked in for Minnesota. And New Orleans also making a change. Solomon Hill is checked in for Randall. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Minnesota leading by 5. Rose kicks to Zhang, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Butler.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw.
Now, this is a guy who was 63% from the free throw line his first year. Zhang now has transformed himself into a very good free throw shooter.
He hits the second from the line.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
Now here's Payton. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Outside Holiday shoots a 3. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Here's Dang. Count that bucket. Dang's got his first points in this one.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Payton kicks to Hill. Inside. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to 6 points. That one good from Holiday.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Payton against Rose. Pass to Tolliver. And here is Dang. The 8-footer. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Dang's got 4 points in the quarter. Pelicans trail by 8. And here is Payton. Outside Holiday. Another miss by Holiday. And so it's Dang bringing it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Rose against Payton. Rose kicks to Tolliver. Trying to get open is Jang. Tolliver, no luck. The Pelicans have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Dang attacking Rose. That one doesn't go. Excellent D there from Okafor. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. And we get a chance to check out the numbers for Payton. Putting up about 10 points a night, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular. And sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Now here's Jang. He has 5. There's Rose with the 3. Trains the three-pointer. Rose has got 17 now.
Well, Gorgui Dieng as a big man is an excellent passer. That's a pretty look.
Holiday with it. Jones covering. Holiday with it. Working on Tolliver. Timberwolves leading by 9. Outside Rose. He dishes it to Jones. Here is Tolliver. He's guarded by Hill. Shot clock at 5. Here's Jones. And he banks in the layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 11.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now here is Holiday. 14 points for him. Hill left side. That 3 off the mark.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Jones kicks to Dang. 1:22 left to play here in the third. Good D by Miller. Pelicans trail by 11. Pass to Payton. And it's Okafor at the elbow. Back to Payton. It's stolen by Rose. There's 57 seconds left to play in the third. Hill with some nice D.
That's simply not aggressive enough. Needs to show grit and determination and didn't on that one.
Here's Payton. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Jang's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Payton against Rose. Outside Dang. Over Holiday. And the shot is long.
They're fortunate to be in front given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
It's stolen by Jones. And now Jones running the floor all by himself.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Shooting for Minnesota, Tyus Jones. 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Jones. And so he hits both. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
And to me, Jay, you love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. So for New Orleans right now, Hill and Davis are the forwards. Ejuan Moore is out there with Payton, and it's Okafor in at the 5 roaming the paint.
He does everything right except drain the shot.
Payton finds Hill. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Hill's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for New Orleans. Jones, the pass to Rose. And Alfred Payton with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Some changes for Minnesota. Towns, he's checked in for Tolliver. Wiggins comes in for Tyus Jones, and it's Teague in for Rose. And New Orleans also making a change. Mirotic is checked in for Hill. Butler against Moore. In the corner, it's Wiggins. They get the rebound. Here's Towns, and he gets the bucket. And the Timberwolves lead by 13.
Boy, how about the anticipation from Karl Anthony Towns? Beats everyone to the spot and goes right back up with it.
Teague against Payton. He kicks it to Davis. Outside Mirotic. Good on the three-point shot.
Well, I think the best part of his tremendous three-point ability as a big man is just how much it stretches the defense.
To the inside, and there's the pass to Jang. Back to Butler. Passes it to Jang. 6 to shoot. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
I'll tell you this, Jang has made himself into a money scorer from mid-range. He's put the time in, and it's paid off.
Payton kicks to Mirotic. Back to Payton. This one for 3, and another 3 for New Orleans.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Pass to Jang. Butler against Moore. Butler, no good. Pelicans trail by 9. Payton dishes to Moore. Back to Payton. Moore finds Mirotic. A three-pointer off the mark. And we've got an injury out on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
Yeah, it looks like he's in real pain. Definitely a concern right now.
Well, these are the moments that can be gut-wrenching for him and his team, right? Anytime you see an injury like this, certainly your heart goes out to him and to his family.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Gibson's checked in. Julius Randle's checked in for the Pelicans. It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I listened to Tom Thibodeau talking to his team during the break. He gave them props for their defense. He said, the defense has been outstanding. Keep pressuring them, forcing turnovers, and we can win this one. Guys?
Well, I like that he shows no hesitation there.
Boy, when he's alone in the open court, he just attacks, right? I mean, turning on the Jets and finishing easily at the rim.
From deep, Moore. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Pass to Wiggins. Over Payton, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. 17 points for Andrew Wiggins.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Payton passes to Davis, and the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Mirotic, buries it down low. Mirotic has got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to go with the floater. That is not as easy as it looks.
Teague kicks to Butler. The pass to Gibson. Floats one up, and he lays it up and in.
If Taj Gibson gets around the rack, you understand this guy is going to make an opportunity.
Teague against Payton. Passes to Davis. Knocked loose. Outside Mirotic. Fires from deep. Rebound Minnesota.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Teague inside the line. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And it's an 8-point Minnesota lead.
I'll tell you, the crowd is stunned he got that one to fall.
Pass to Payton. Back to Mirotic. Down low. Clock at 4. Releases from 15. Offensive rebound. Here's Randall. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
That's a nice play. You have to read and react in an instant to have success on the offensive glass.
Mirotic against Wiggins. Here's Butler. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. 20 points for Butler.
Kevin, as dangerous a scorer when he feels his rhythm and pace as there is in the league. Jimmy Butler cooking right now.
Here's Teague. It's tipped. Outside Mirotic. No good with the triple.
He's fighting it in this quarter. Hasn't been able to get into any sort of groove.
Here's Teague. Rebounded by Moore. Pelicans trail by 8. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. Payton kicks to Mirotic. 6 to shoot. Here's Moore. And again, no good by New Orleans.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
What a great job contesting without fouling. Exactly how you want to defend the mid-range shot.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
And Alfred Payton, over his 4 seasons, developing one of the most distinctive hairstyles in the league.
You know, and I remember seeing some footage where his hair seemed to block his vision on a shot attempt. For a player who had struggled shooting the ball, many question whether a trim might be in order. We'll see.
2 shots.
That's good from Payton.
Well, Elfrid Payton, we define him as an elite defensive player, but he's improving his shot selection and getting better at picking his spots. I think we saw that for sure last year.
And both free throws good for Payton. You know, Doris, with Payton, it's good to see his game is coming along.
You know it is, Kevin. He took a lot of hits early on because he didn't have a consistent perimeter shot. But last year, he was starting to make that next jump to be a bigger threat on the offensive end.
Blanketed by the D, he fights to the rim for the layup. Payton's got 9 points here in the second half. Timberwolves leading by 6. Outside Teague from 13. Rebounded by Moore. Moore's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The first one falls. He doesn't get the second one. And, Greg, what's not to like about Taj Gibson?
I mean, he's a hard worker defensively, finishes well inside, he's got the mid-range shooting touch. But what I like most, really, his unselfishness. He started, came off the bench, no complaints. This is a guy that just wants to win.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis.
And with everything that Anthony Davis does on offense, it's just mind-boggling. His scoring inside and out, the percentages, he does it all. He is undoubtedly one of the best big men in the league, and many would argue he is the best in the NBA.
Teague finds Butler. Now Gibson. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Gibson. Pelicans trail by 3. And with Anthony Davis, the stat lines, Greg, he can post on any given night are just absurd.
Really, Davis still strong defensively, but he really impacts every facet of the game. One of the rare players who can carry a team on both ends of the floor. There just aren't many great players that can lead a team to a championship, but I think Davis is of that mold.
You know, you have to like that he's still getting quality touches and delivering now after getting blanked in the first half.
T kicks to Wiggins. Pass to Gibson. Over Payton. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Outside, Davis. To the middle, here's Moore. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got 3 assists now in this one. We can expect a dramatic end to this one.
Yeah, no quit by either side, guys. Neither team willing to give any ground.
Butler against Moore. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Buries it from three-point range. Wiggins has got 20 points.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Gibson against Payton. Six to shoot. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
He's made obvious improvements since the half, really getting into an offensive groove.
Butler against Moore. Butler passes to Jang. Wiggins surveying the floor. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Wiggins has got 13 points here in the second half alone. Payton kicks to Davis. And they double up Davis. To the wing right side. That's good from Mirotic on the assist by Davis. Davis has got 4 assists in the game.
Oh, perfect execution. The size mismatch was there, and they went right at it.
And it was timely. I mean, that's a basket they had to have in an absolutely vital possession.
And it's Wiggins missing. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Shot from 12. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Randall's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's a huge basket. Just taking advantage of the size mismatch and able to drain that mid-range jump shot. Really good basketball.
Heat. Yes! And the foul. It's on Jeff Teague.
Payton taking the opportunity to deliver in a big moment.
Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Gorgie Dang. Good from Payton.
Oh, and he caps that off in style. He gets the finish with the harm. Huge possession there to extend the lead.
The pass to Wiggins. Looking to end the run. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Some contact inside. Wiggins playing big and will go to the charity stripe.
Shooting for Minnesota, Andrew Wiggins. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
He gets the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a 1-possession game.
And the shot is good.
How about the focus, the poise, the willingness to take the big shot by Elfrid Payton?
T kicks to Wiggins.
Shooting for Minnesota, Andrew Wiggins. 2 shots.
2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that brings them within 5. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
Moore with the bucket.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
What fearlessness, right? He likes to go at taller defenders, and he shows he has what it takes to get it done.
And the Timberwolves call time here. They're down by 7. 50 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Butler kicks to Tolliver. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
Well, terrific floor awareness from the crafty swingman. Jimmy Butler playing the role of facilitator.
And now we've got the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5.
I think Elfrid Payton has exciting potential. He's got unbelievable defensive instincts and work habits. He just needs to develop a little bit more on the offensive end.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
Here's Wiggins. It's good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Now, plenty of energy left for key situations. The young Andrew Wiggins, determined.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
He's able to make it a 2-possession game with some solid work at the line right there.
And the Timberwolves call time here. They're down by 5. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. .27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
You know, he made an easy shot so much harder, and it really cost him the bucket, guys.
Penalty situation. At the line of the Pelicans. Elfrid Payton. At the line for 2.
Shoot 2, gentlemen.
Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident as he's able to go up and knock those down.
3-pointer, Butler. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Mirotic finds Payton. So we see the Pelicans get the win here. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother him. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Anthony, tell us the focus for the team coming into the game tonight.
Well, before we started the game, Coach came in and told us that we knew what we had to do. We were trying to stop a lot of their actions, and, our biggest focus for the game was guard the ball. That's what we did, coming out of that timeout and never look back.
And it led to a win. Thank you for your time, Anthony. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.